each person, each four of you will see what your insights are. Tanya will take a note. Quickly, now have that sheet which you said to me in front of you. You don't have to tell everything, but briefly, I learned this thing because why you learned that, what do you like about it, by going through the video we sent to you. And then next 8 minutes, 2 minutes you're going to talk about the challenge, why this is a challenge. Talk about the marketing activity you love doing, what challenges you are facing. So talk for 2 minutes the activity you love doing. Then you have 1 minute for the challenge you are facing. Then each of you will reflect that why you're going to give to that person. So Tanya is going to make you that challenge. You got to make sure that you take those notes. So you will start with somebody. Who's going to start first? Steve, you going to start?
Sure, I'll go ahead and start. And so with respect to the video that we all reviewed on the marketing, the big takeaway from my perspective is that the marketing really does have to be a priority, a number one priority, and it ought not to be an afterthought. One of the other big takeaways for me is nothing here is rocket science. And sometimes simple is best, and it probably behooves myself and maybe others to not make your marketing strategy over complex. The biggest thing is to just come up with something that works for you, and then just do it. And that's the biggest thing, is to just do it without making it overly complex. I like the concept of the top 100 list. And that seems a little bit daunting, but it does not necessarily have to have 100 on it. Just people that you want, that are your best clients, who you would like to replicate. And then ideally, as you're speaking with the clients on that top 100 list, to engage them and see who else they know who are like-minded, such as themselves, that would benefit from a similar conversation in your own office. And so those were my big takeaways from the video itself, and I did watch it a couple of times. One of the biggest things, pressing forward a little bit with the venue for today, that I want to engage on is building the professional alliances. That was discussed in the video, as well as something I think a lot of folks are probably remiss in, and that's actually asking for the referrals.
So you have very good insight. Building a 100 referral list, it doesn't have to be 100, start with 5, 10, and build it up over time. And then you want to also focus on professional alliances. So which is the activity you love most?
Well, the one that I enjoy the most, Carrie, is the building of the professional alliances. I'm in a relatively small town. Kerrville's a small town. It's got 20,000 people. And it's unique in that everybody knows everybody. And so there's just a small number, if you will, of professional folks in this industry, financial planning, CPAs, lawyers, and that sort of thing. So you tend to operate in similar circles. Nonetheless, it is refreshing to talk to people that are in this industry, and it's actually really critical in a small town like this, because that's how you find the prospects who are probably going to be most amenable to having a conversation in regards to financial planning and helping them, the prospects, get from where they currently are to where they would like to be in achieving their financial goals. So
what is the challenge you are facing? What is the one challenge you face?
The challenge that I'm having is asking for referrals. I touched on that. And here's the trick that kind of works for me. I have found that if you, on the front end of a conversation with a client, let them know that you're going to be asking for a referral at some point during the conversation, that it makes it a lot easier on the tail end of the conversation. So to build it into the front end during the introductory portion of the session, and say, as we go along, if you think there's anybody else that might benefit from a conversation, let's go ahead and sort that out before we leave here today. So prep them early in the conversation, and I find that by doing so, it's not as daunting a task when you raise it again at the conclusion of your conversation.
Okay. What advice you're looking from us, all four of us, five of us? How we can make it better for you? What are you looking for?
Well, I guess with regards to the marketing strategy, the help that I need, especially in a small town, is trying to sort out how I can target our 5-to-5 market set more efficiently. And I'm still having a challenge with that. And the things that I'm doing to remedy that is I'm a veteran, and so I'm trying to engage veterans groups. One of the things that I also did is I'm engaged in the ham radio operators group. I just got licensed the other day with the FCC, thinking that's going to be a way that I can infiltrate, for lack of a better word, some of those organizations. But I'm still having a hard time actually identifying and then engaging that 5-to-5 target set. So.
Okay. Anybody you want to give him advice, please? Go ahead.
And we can circle back around after a couple other people go if you want, Carrie.
Yeah, I want to get back because we want to give you some advice. In terms of your challenge is to how to get to 5 and 5. I think the answer is professional license. Maybe you and I can talk more one-on-one when we talk. But anybody, Jamie, you have any advice for him how to get to 5 and 5?
I would think maybe the professional alliances themselves can help you, because like if it's a CPA or something, they'll have a better idea of whether they're your 5x5 that you're looking for. So maybe that would help you target.
Beautiful. Tanya, what do you think? Share yourself, whatever that is.
We tend to do a lot of happy hour events with our professional alliances and get to know them more socially and make sure that they're comfortable with who we are as individuals, so that they also understand professionally what we can bring to the table. Basically, just build up your credit with them as a human being in addition to being a financial services professional.
Thanks, Tanya. I'm sorry, go ahead. Let's see.
Well, the one thing that just a quick follow-up on the professional alliance thing, one of the things that I'm endeavoring to do is
how we are doing on time? We
have about 2 minutes left.
Okay. Go ahead.
One of the things that I need to do is to make sure that expectations are properly set when those professional alliances are being conducted. It's always nice to talk in generalities, I suppose, but just like what was brought out in the video, there has to be some expectations that are set that the prospects actually do flow both ways, actually, and that's fair.
Actually, before they go there, how to get those names? That's a challenge a lot of people have. How to get the names of those professional licenses?
I don't think that's Steve's challenge, though, right? Because you're in a small town, so you guys all know each other.
Okay. That's true. That's one thing. Another thing, your top clients, their CPAs, you can request them to introduce to you very successfully. Okay. All your top clients, you can ask their CPA ask them to introduce their CPA, maybe take them to lunch. Share them common thing you are doing. Hey, I'm doing this for you. Can you introduce me to your CPA? And then you take it from there.
Okay, great.
So who is going to start next? And do you want to take a shot at it? I mean, Antonia. What is your insights? What do you learn? Tanya, you're there?
Yes. Oh, I didn't hear you, Carrie. What are you asking?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm asking, let's start with you. What are your insights? Next 2 minutes, what did you learn from listening to the video?
What Steve just finished on, that you need to structure and posture your COI relationships. We do a good job of knowing people and being in front of them, but it has tended to be a one-sided relationship. We're referring our clients especially to the CPAs, but we're not typically receiving referrals in return. Occasionally we do, but it hasn't been as strong of a relationship as would have been anticipated.
I see. So
and then,
go ahead.
Well, also know your top clients, do the segmentation. Don't think I've spent time on that. Gear your events towards the clients that are their interests, not your own. I think some of us spend more time organizing events that might be things we enjoy doing versus necessarily what the clients want to see, and clearly articulate what you're asking for. So those are all areas that I know I personally need to work on.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So what is the one marketing you love most, which you enjoy doing? What is that?
Wine tasting.
Wine tasting. Why you say that?
Because it's a social environment. Everyone seems to really enjoy going around and socializing, sampling wine, having some good appetizers. So it's a very easy event for both the clients and the prospects that come along.
Okay. And then what challenge you are facing? One challenge you are facing to do that?
Converting and having clients bring people that are able to engage in financial planning and are at that point to want to converting them into clients, basically.
I see. So there is a challenge, folks. What Tanya is saying, she enjoys what she's doing and having hard time bringing the people to the event. Do you have any advice? Nihal, what do you think?
This is Nihal. For Tanya, we just maybe let the client know who's bringing the prospects that set some expectations. You have to be very gentle, because if you give them too much pressure, then they will push back. So maybe setting some expectations that I'm looking. This is a good way to socialize and meet your friends, but I'm definitely looking to grow my business this way. So just setting the expectations. I always believe in being straightforward and frank, upright with what I want to do. But you have to be kind of gentle in your approach on how you do that. So maybe you have to kind of practice with your significant other or somebody to make sure that you're not putting undue pressure or something like that.
Thank you.
Jamie.
Yep.
What do you think? The advice for Tanya?
In the video, they talked a lot about prepping the client and actually kind of running through with them what to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that might help you, why they did, what was it like before we were doing business together? What were some of the challenges you were facing? Why did you choose me? What have we done together that you consider is the most valuable, and kind of coaching them to be able to tell their story?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that might help because it's kind of natural, and it gives them a natural conversation to have with the people to prep them. And it's not so pushy.
Thanks.
Okay. Steve, how she can attract more people to the
Well, I think
taste.
sure, and I think the wine tasting is a great idea. I think also that patience can be very important when trying to nurture the prospects during that conversion process. And sometimes it might take 3, 6, 9 months, a year to actually get somebody into the office. But as that time goes along, to maybe reach out to them when particular events occur that might have them re-engage you. For instance, a shooting war starts on the other side of the world, and all of a sudden markets start really taking a nosedive. That might be an opportunity, whatever the case may be, that might be an opportunity to re-engage those prospects and say, hey, the market's been really fluctuating of late. Maybe now is the time that you want to come in since things are kind of going crazy in the world.
Okay, thank you.
Tanya, what do you think? Which one you see is something you're comfortable?
Prepping the clients for the conversation, and also, I mean, all three are valid feedback pieces. So, thanks for your thoughts and sharing.
Beautiful. Steve, who is that? Nihal, you want to come up with what your insights are by viewing the video?
Yes. Okay, so basically, I'm just kind of trying to get and understand what the main points in the presentation were. So it's a very good presentation, and what I like it, what he's saying is that, and I know I think Steve said that you should keep your approach simple, but the main thing is that which he talked about was that you should have a focused approach and you need to target the right people. And, that's some of the things which help in that is making sure that those are the clients whom you want to duplicate in your practice, making sure, and then when you find those, then you have to find the overlapping interests with that client, what you enjoy also and what that client also enjoys. Because I did some things in the past, and I didn't drink wine, and I did a wine tasting event, and I didn't have much success with that because I was not drinking the wine anyway.
Right.
So definitely overlapping interest is a very good thing. And other thing which I liked about the presentation was that he talked about doing non-educational events with your center of influences, people who are like your whoever it is, your friend or a pastor or CPA or estate planning attorney, whoever it is, they're having more frequent contact with them. And also some, non-educational events with them, and making sure we are providing something to them of value every kind of 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. So 2 questions I have for you is, number one, how do you know the clients know they like wine tasting? How do you figure out what their interests are?
Yeah, that's what we have gone over in the training, that we can either, when we talk to the client and the client tells us what he did, or sometimes some of my clients share and I share with them. One of the things I've always tried to do is I don't just start off an email with, okay, this is about business, and kind of talk a little bit something about I saw a movie, or enjoying the weather, or I'd gone on vacation or something like that, just to. And then the client also, when they respond, they kind of know that, okay, might want to put a little bit of banter in there, and the best thing which I liked about it, which I have not yet used, is to use that client questionnaire, the hobbies or interests, which Gary had sent us. I think that's a good starting point to use.
Yeah. I think our client questionnaire, do it on yourself, what things you like. Then you share with the client. If they like the same thing, that will be ideal. Then they can be the friends who have the same interests. Excellent.
The thing I like to do is mostly 3 things I like. One is good food, like fine dining, or even just casual dining is both. Or I just love that. Okay. I love food. Okay. So, and then watching movies, and third is like going to watch theater or plays. So those are my. Yeah. But the number one is I mean, I don't know whether it is going to be fine dining or movie night, one of those two, but probably the dining is the most important for me. The most I would love to do. But the challenge I'm having is that because I moved here from Midwest, so I have a very, like, one or two clients over here. I don't have a wide client base. So I've not actually tried to set up anything, but just want to get started on that and trying to figure out how to get the maximum number of people and how to get the maximum mileage, or maybe try to do some events with non-clients. I'm kind of at a loss here right now.
Okay, so you are having a challenge, even though you like fine dining, because you feel that you moved from Midwest to this place, you may not have that many connections, having a hard time connecting with the right people. Is that right? Is that what you said? That's a challenge?
I'm sorry, my timer was started beeping, but I forgot to turn it off. So what is the question again? You said, sorry?
The question is what you just said, you're facing a challenge, which is that because you moved from Midwest to East Coast, you may not have that many connections, but you are having a hard time finding a connection where you
correct.
Can
that's what is my challenge.
Fine dining, which you love most. So that's a challenge, right?
Right. So I need the people to first, like maybe I have just one or two clients here, so just maybe start with them, or maybe start with non-clients. I don't know how to kind of go about that, because if that way to grow my business. I mean, they know what I'm doing. So I also did some tabling events at some musical events locally within my community. So that I just did recently.
Okay. So now we have a challenge, folks. Steve, what do you think? What advice you can give Nihal?
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as as far as the wine tasting. I don't drink either, but it still works out pretty well, because you can certainly go out there and drink tea or water while that's going on. Have not been as successful with those. One of the things, just thinking about other venues, a person could go broke, I think, doing some of these things. So it's got to be reasonable with expenses. But one of the things, if they have them in your area, sir, is maybe small plays, community theaters. And the reason that I found, we've done that here, and the reason that we found that to be successful by inviting clients and prospects is because there's an intermission in between that gives you an opportunity to socialize a little bit, and then as the play breaks up, to go out for further discussions potentially. And I don't know if that's an option or not, but small community theater might be another venue for your consideration.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you, Steve.
And Jamie, what do you think? You have advice for Nihal? He enjoys fine dining, and he needs more connection in the area he moved in.
Yeah, my thought is a little bit different, a different approach actually, is to find possibly someone in a industry where they meet a lot of people, like real estate agents, a mixture of maybe some newer real estate agents who can grow with you, because you don't have a ton to offer yet on giving them contacts. But you can grow together, and as they meet people, they refer to you. As you meet people, you refer, and then you're kind of helping each other grow. And then maybe, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
The thing was that realtors, how would I be helping them? Because when they move people into town, they contact realtor, and the realtor can say, okay, this is my financial advisor you could work with and locally. But how would I help them? Because very few clients actually move, or any local people don't move. So how would I be providing benefit to the realtor in return?
There's a couple things that I do is, one, I look at not just my clients, but also people I'm meeting in the community as I'm going to networking events and things like that. I keep my ear out. If they start talking about real estate, I'll say, oh, I have this realtor who's amazing, and you should talk with him or her. And then also what I do is I actually partner up with them to do like basic just lunch and learns and stuff, and I pay for it. So that way they can bring in a couple of their clients or even other mortgage brokers or whatever. They get to the points for getting them a free lunch, and I get access to be able to meet them. And you're only talking like maybe you invite two and they invite two and do it once a month or whatever. So it's small, it's not high cost, but you're being able to get them in front of people. They're getting to be able to bring people in front of you because it's not just their clients, it's also their contacts professionally that you can help.
Right, but in the lunch and learn, I mean, do you talk anything about business or is it just in casual conversation? What do you do besides eating?
What I do is, well, at first I was doing like a formal presentation for like 30 seconds or a minute, nothing too major. And I actually found that it works better for me to just kind of naturally work the topic in. So I'll listen to openings in the conversations and work a financial topic into it. And then that has been much more natural, and I've actually got a new referral partner out of it, just becoming more natural.
Thank you. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Tanya, you have any advice for him? I hear a couple.
I think you guys covered some good ones that I wouldn't have thought of the small community theater, and the realtors, and I mean the professional alliances usually tends to be an easier way to get to know people. So no, I don't have anything new to contribute.
Right. The only thing you going to tell me was anybody like regarding. I have been having really even back in the Midwest connecting with, trying to partner with CPAs and estate planning attorneys. I mean, I've never had good success with that. Maybe.
A couple of things is that, number one, you have to set up an expectation, as the video said, number one. Number two, become a connector between somebody else you know of, somebody else you know, somebody who services them. Connect them even though they are not clients. Become a connector. Somebody, you don't know when other people know what you do, and they come and say, hey, by the way, I connect you both of these. How did it go?
Okay, I think my time is up because I forgot to start the timer when I started talking. So
yeah, no, I think the timer we should have about you. We have just finishing on 1 minute left. One of the connectors. Number two, join the community on a community charitable work event. Things you enjoy. Habitat for humanity, those kind of things. They use joy doing. You're gonna meet with them. I am a member of Toastmaster Club. I see a lot of people.
Okay, that's a good way to meet people. Habitat for Humanity, you're doing that kind of work.
They speak, man. I had a lot of ideas. I mean, become somewhere, join something where you connect with people. This is one of the key issues you have in the area.
Yeah, I did join some groups here.
Think about that, where you can join, where you can contribute to them and learn from them. Slowly, I have 10 people who I know of. They are looking for me, and I'm looking for them. Not only coaching, but the production business. So I think we can talk more on it. I hope it was helpful to you. Was it?
Yeah, thank you very much. That was good. Some really good ideas here in the brainstorming. Okay. Thank you.
I have one more quick suggestion for you, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those groups that you've joined, try and get into the leadership and organizing their events, because then it's not on your dime, and people want to talk to the person running the event. So that's another good way to do it.
Beautiful.
Leadership.
And in your community, become a leader of planning an event. Then they will talk to you, what do you do? Oh, even though it's a community work you're doing, but they're going to come to you.
Okay.
Jamie, thanks. Jamie,
thank you.
It's your turn now. What is your insight?
I didn't hear. Did you say me or someone else?
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So what is your insight? Next 2 minutes, what did you learn going through the video?
I feel like some of this, everybody's kind of said, but definitely creating the top 100 list and sending an item of value every 6 to 8 weeks. And getting better at building and maintaining the professional alliances, because I'm with the other person who said that mine have been kind of one-sided so far.
Okay.
And building my referral script and using it.
Beautiful.
Okay. Some challenges.
And what is the challenge?
Challenges are a few things. One is, to be honest, is just finding the time for all of this, for the marketing, for the creating the top 100 list, for sending items of value every 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
All of that.
That's a challenge.
That's a big challenge.
What are you doing to overcome that? What are you doing presently to overcome that challenge?
Honestly, I'm still having trouble juggling it all to be able to do more marketing. So I haven't really overcome it.
It's a challenge, folks. Very interesting challenge. I will be the last one to talk about it. How can we help Jamie to overcome the challenge for managing her time for marketing?
Okay, can I go first?
Sure.
Yeah, so I liked what Carrie had sent us some model week. So basically trying to put some time in your calendar, aside in your calendar, that, okay, I'm going to do so many hours for marketing. But if you are not already following the calendar, or you don't have a set work week, because I sometimes attend events which are outside, or maybe you should have a target. Okay, every week I want to devote maybe 5 hours to marketing. So making sure that you actually track and do those 5 hours in marketing related activities. So you need to, only time things happen is when you plan for it and put it in your schedule. So that would be one way to do it. And the other things was talking about repeated contact. So I like that marketing on demand, because I just put all the people in the marketing on demand, and automatically they are getting very good information from Ameriprise, and I just have to pay for it. All the emails go out, and if you do it by email, it's unlimited. You can send it to millions of people. It still costs you the same amount of money. So I think it's the biggest bang for the buck with the minimum involvement of time using marketing on demand to your COIs, to your clients, to your prospects, to everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do the marketing on demand, and I've done the model week. I've actually done 2 or 3 different versions of it, and I think my trouble is I don't really stick to it, because you get 8 million other projects that turn into higher priorities, and it doesn't really work out that well.
Okay, then the question is, the way I look at it, list the projects what you do, assign them the priority. There will be always 86 items to do. You have to do 3 or 4 which can bring results to you today.
Okay, so do 3 or 4 things that are results for me today.
No, those can bring bottom line. Then the next one they can create results for tomorrow. Then they create results for the after. Not all 86 things are very important.
Right.
We are trying them based on the results, because bottom line we are based on results.
Right.
That's it. So make sure your calendar is totally closed on that subject, and have a list available of the list before you leave the office in the evening. Then you say, these are 4 things I want to do for. And if I must do 4, no matter what happens, they're very important to me. Other things can follow.
That makes sense. I like the idea of a target too.
Yeah. Make a list though. Make an ongoing list. I have list running on the computer, and if you update it before I go in the evening, and these are 4 things I must do tomorrow. If anything else is the bonus, then I push myself. That's my goal.
Okay.
Tanya, you have for Jamie?
I struggle with the same thing. So making sure that you're balancing everything that's coming across your desk and doing the time. Okay. So I don't have anything new to contribute.
So there's something.
I'm not the only one.
No, you're definitely not the only one. And I think actually here's one thing. One thing is being able to tell someone no and give them a realistic timeline of when you're going to get back to them versus setting yourself up to cut yourself short on time or ending up overworking.
Beautiful.
Right. Yeah, so actually,
go ahead.
Actually, I remember very old presentation I attended when I was in corporate, there's Stephen Conway, Stephen Covey talks about your control and no areas of control and areas of no control. So if you start looking at your emails, you'll find thousands of things to respond to clients and everything. So you have to prioritize and allot that time that, okay, I'm going to look at my emails at such and such time, and I'm going to respond to my clients' requests at such and such time. And this is the time I'm allocating to this marketing, so I have to do it. So that's the things in your control, because the things not in your control are the emails which will keep coming in.
I think, Tanya, what you said is so important. I think that is the way you have to look at very closely. Manage your time, prioritize it, and look at what is going to create results. So it's not easy, but then if you don't put in your goal, those 4 things must leave your place, that is the key. That's a measure yourself against those goals. So hope it was helpful to you, Jamie. You got it?
It was. Thank you.
Yeah. So in the order of priority, I apologize what happened with the technology, but I think we are getting better at it, and I got to be very careful. So the other 2 gentlemen couldn't come because one is a death in the family, the other is the father-in-law is really not in great shape. Something can happen to him any time. So with that said, couple of things. Number 1, each of you share with me this concept what we are doing, scale of 1 to 10. What do you like about it? Tanya, can you take a note? What do you like what we did today? And what you could do to improve upon it? Jamie, we'll start with you. What do you like about it? What we can improve upon it?
I like the interactiveness.
Okay.
About how we can all give each other advice, and it's like real advice.
Okay.
I like that.
What could we improve?
Probably the technology, and my phone has been like making this like weird knocking noise the entire time, which is kind of annoying. So I don't know if that's a WebEx thing, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
If you want honesty.
Okay. No, it's good to know. That means I want to know. Anything we should stop doing?
No, I think I like everything so far.
Okay. How about you say? What do you like? What is this? What do you do?
Well, I want to say thank you again to everybody that had some input after my spiel. I appreciate everybody's thoughts as well as encouragement. One of the recommendations that I would make, Carrie, is if we could maybe carve out a date and time to where we could all get together on WebEx, not to have an actual session, but to maybe just work through all the technical challenges in the near future, that we have an opportunity to work out the kinks maybe by everybody coming online. And that way we're not pressured to get through an agenda. So maybe we could just have a dry run, a technical session where everybody can get onto a WebEx and get their cameras fired up. That might be helpful in going forward.
Okay, that's awesome, Steve. I cannot thank you enough. I think I need more of it than anybody else. So we're going to do that. Do that. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
So we learn how to do it because this is the future of the technology. I used to travel so many thousand miles to see a client. We can do that right on our computer. So we're going to do that if that is okay with everybody.
Yeah, I think you will help.
Yeah. Tanya, what do you think, what you like, what you didn't like, and want to improve?
What I like is hold you accountable to participate. What I don't like is, the technical challenges. And
I think you agree with Steve, we should one day go and get in and see everybody gets in and gets out and see what the challenges we have. I'm not going to set up a time, maybe within the next 2 weeks or so. Is that okay? So we are running?
Yeah, I'm fine with doing this. Okay.
Okay. That's okay. We will do that.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, okay. Nihal, what do you think? What do you like about it? What we are doing, the way we are approaching our programs, and what you want to improve, what you want to stop doing?
Yeah, definitely. I like the idea of or bouncing ideas of each other, the brainstorming session we had, and then you already the subject expert, and you were getting everything. I like. I mean, there's very few things. I mean, obviously the technology thing is the problem, but the best thing I like is that I am not very good at taking notes while I'm listening to a presentation. So that is really one thing which I would like to see in every presentation, that somebody is taking notes, because I can't do that. I'm very bad at taking notes, and that helped me that so I don't have to worry about scrambling back and forth between listening and typing and writing, and I'm not good at that. So definitely like that, and I think everything we did is really good, and just definitely I don't have any other new ideas to add except that we need to continue doing the notes for each and every session.
Okay. Now, I think I do appreciate your patience, and I do appreciate, we ran into some problems, issues, but it won't happen again. But we will have a technical session, how to overcome these challenges very near in the future. Number two, each of you has a challenge, and Tanya, you're going to send that things within 24 hours. I appreciate
yes, I'll send it before the end of the day today.
Yeah. So what happened is, go through that. You got one of the finest advice from among each other. Make sure you have your phone number and email there listed. I have found with my personal success and the success we had last year, you became your own best friends. Whenever you connected with each other. Hey, how did you do this? I'm trying this. So get connected behind the phone lines, but on the email or what have you. So you solve some of the issues that before they come up live. Number one. Number two, write down the challenge so we can talk about that one-on-one and make it happen for you. So as we had done, majority of you, we have gone through your why. I think I commend each of you. Your why is a ticket to your next level of success. Why I do what I do, if you start sharing, then I think we took that to the next level, how to bring the person to the table to connect with you, 3 minutes retirement check. That becomes your question and sign up for that. So anyway, with that said, I want to thank you. We are a little late, 5 minutes late, and I wanted to make sure that we covered all these. So I thank you again, and talk to you soon. We have one-on-one coming pretty soon. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, just email me.
Yeah, one thing which I wanted to add, Kerry, was that if we had talked about before whether everybody can decide whether they want to exchange their like a mobile phone number, so that if we wanted to just talk to Tanya or Steve or Jamie,
that's
whoever,
right.
or like even maybe send them a text. Okay, hey, just quick question. How do you do this or whatever? Because we are involved as a group.
The invitation we sent to you yesterday, Ben sent to you. Everybody has an email address there. All you write them email when you send them, hey, thank you or whatever. Your contact goes to other person.
Oh, okay.
It's already done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Be connected. That's the best thing that happened, and you're gonna see how you are achieving your goal. Actually, we're gonna go to a mastermind group, then we're gonna talk more about it. So with that said, I thank you. Enjoy the wonderful day, and have a very productive day and a productive week and productive quarter.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.